been sober.
So since this is a summer makeup look, nothing is more important than sunscreen, and I love this one by It Cosmetics. I feel like it works so good as a base underneath your makeup. Now I'm going in with the Kosas Glow IV Skin Enhancer, and this is what's really going to give us a glowy base for a nice summertime look. This is definitely one of my staple makeup products when I'm getting ready to go out in the summer. I mean, just look at that glow that we already have without any other prep. Now I'm going to go in with some concealer, and this is just the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, which is one of my tried and true makeup products. In the summertime, I only like to use concealer because I feel like when you wear foundation, it just gets really cakey or you sweat it off and it just doesn't look the same. If anything, I feel like it just makes you look worse when you put on too much foundation in the summertime. So we're just gonna keep it super minimal and go in with concealer. I like to start with putting it underneath my eyes and then my chin. And then I do have some discoloration around my nose, so I'll always put concealer there. And then we're just gonna drag it up to our nose and our forehead so that we can have at least a little bit of coverage. I don't like to have no concealer, no foundation at all in the summer. Also, I do have a little pimple. I contemplated whether or not filming this today, but I feel like acne is normal. Even in the summertime, we're gonna get pimples and we're just gonna embrace them. So I'm also gonna put a little bit of concealer right there just to hide it a little bit, but ultimately it's still gonna show and I'm okay with that. And I feel like it's so important to drag your concealer upwards because it's really gonna give us a nice lifted look. We're just gonna look snatched, and that is exactly what we want during the summertime. And then I do like to put a little bit of the product on my eyelid because I naturally have really dark under eye circles, and so we're just gonna conceal those little bad boys and bring the concealer up and on the eyelids and just lift it up. Okay, now we're gonna go in with some liquid contour, and I currently love this liquid contour stick by Makeup by Mario. This one is in the shade Fair for anybody wondering, and once again we're just gonna put it really high up because we want to lift the face. So we're just gonna place this contour really high up. I'm gonna do a little bit of contour on the nose. Once again, in the summer we're really trying to go for that sun-kissed look, and you get only like a little bit burnt on your nose. It's more on your cheeks and your forehead. So we're just gonna keep the contour on our nose pretty minimal, and we're really gonna focus this contour on our forehead because, like I said, if we're imagining laying out in the sun, we're getting a lot of sun on our forehead and on our little cheekbones. So we're gonna focus on contouring those parts, and later on we're gonna be putting more blush on those parts as well. But I won't lie, I do want to contour my jawline. So again, just keep it a little bit minimal so we can look as natural and beautiful as possible. During the summertime, liquid products are really your best friend because they're going to give you that no makeup look. So I would kind of steer away from too much powder-based products and really just focus on either getting more liquid products or just using the ones that you already have in your makeup bag, because it's really going to give you that summer sun-kissed look that we're trying to achieve. And it just blends, I feel like, a lot nicer. I feel like powder can look a little cakier, whereas liquid just looks like a second layer of skin. And also, everybody's nose shape is so different, so you kind of need to do the nose contour that works for you and your nose shape. If you're not really sure what liquid contour guide you should be following, I would say experiment with a different couple techniques and just placements, and then see what you like, see what you don't like, and kind of go from there. I feel like makeup is all about experimenting things and seeing what really works for you at the end of the day. Obviously, taking tips is great, but then going in and doing it yourself, you're really gonna find out what works for you. Now I'm going in with some liquid blush, and this one is by Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Pink Gasm Beauty Light Wand. This one is in the shade Pink Gasm Sunset, and I feel like this one is the perfect burnt rosy shade of pink, which is gonna give us the sun-kissed look that we are looking for. It's just the perfect shade. I bought this during the huge Sephora sale in the springtime, and I was just dying for summer to come so I could finally use it. I just started blending it and I realized I didn't put any on my nose bridge, and that is so important for a sun-kissed look. So I'm definitely gonna put some some right there. I've seen a lot of people actually use this liquid blush, so I feel like it really is pretty universal and works for everybody. So if you guys are looking for a new liquid blush and you have not tried this one out yet, then I would definitely give it a go. And like I said before, we're just gonna really blend it up and focus on giving ourselves a lifted effect. I think I want to put a little bit more. I really want to give Rosy sun-kissed. I was laying out in the sun all day, soaking up summer look. So I just put a little bit more cheekbones, nose bridge, and yeah, let's blend this in. I am a blush girl through and through. I love blush, and I'm a firm believer that you can never have enough blush, so I am not afraid to layer up on blush when push comes to shove. And then, as if we weren't glowy enough, I'm gonna go in with some liquid highlighter. This one's also by Charlotte Tilbury. It's their Glowgasm Beauty Light 1 in the shade Goldgasm. And I'm gonna focus this on the tip of my nose. Wait, I feel like I need more product. With this one, you have to squeeze it, so I totally just rubbed it on dry. So make sure you squeeze it first, but we're gonna put it on our tip of our nose, top of our nose bridge, high points of our cheekbones. I'm also gonna put some on my brow bone, on the side of my forehead, and then obviously just do the same on this side. And I think a little bit on my cupid though, and maybe the chin, just for a little extra glow. Doing this makeup look has definitely gotten me so excited for summer, and I'm actually gonna film a summer bucket list video for you guys. So if you guys are lacking ideas on how you want to romanticize the summer or just looking for things to do, I thought it could be really fun to come out with a video like that, because I remember growing up, I would always love when summer came around, but I would never know what to do. So I feel like having a summer bucket list is just perfect. And I have a lot of solo activities to do with friends, family, all sorts of things. So you can kind of just pick and choose what works for you and what sounds like it's gonna be fun. Those are all the liquid products that we're gonna use. So now we're gonna go in with a little bit of setting powder, but we are gonna keep it very minimal because we wanna keep all of the glow that we just created. So I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder. This gives you such an airbrushed finish. It's insane. It's one of my favorite products. I thought it was too overhyped. I kept seeing it on TikTok and I didn't know if it was really gonna be worth it. It is a little bit pricey. So I just decided to give it a try, and I have not looked back since that day. I have used it every single day since the day I first tried it. It's that good, and it's a great powder for the summertime, especially because it's very lightweight, but it really locks in any oil, any shine that you're trying to get rid of. So I'm just going in with a powder puff, and we're just gonna keep this very minimal and put it underneath our eyes and any place that we want to get rid of a little bit of the shine. So I'm going to do it around my nose, on my chin, and on my forehead, so we don't look too shiny and too oily. And then I also like putting it on my eyelids because I crease really badly there. So I'm just going to put it on my eyelids. So we're just really going to lock in our concealer and make sure that it doesn't budge. Now I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of powder blush, and I'm using this one by Too Faced. It is their blurring blush in the shade Tequila Sunset. And this just gives you, once again, such a burnt, sun-kissed summer look. So I absolutely love this blush. It also smells just like chocolate, and it smells so, so good. So we're just gonna put this on high points of our cheekbones, and it's really just gonna emphasize the liquid blush that we put on earlier. And I'm also gonna put it on my nose bridge. And yeah, this is just gonna make us look even more sun-kissed than before. Now that we're all rosy and cute, I'm gonna curl my eyelashes because we're gonna go in with some mascara. My eyelashes have gotten so long lately. I was using this lash serum for the longest time, and it just helped really grow out my eyelashes like crazy, and I'm here for it. I never really liked myself with eyelash extensions. I just felt like they didn't look good on me. I prefer a little more natural eye look. For mascara, I'm going in with the Benefit They're Real mascara. This one is so good at giving you length and volume, which is exactly what we need. I feel like for the summertime, we want to just keep our lashes long, but not clumpy. Lighter is better, because if you're sweating a lot, you don't want it to smudge throughout the day, and then you're constantly just having to worry about your makeup or touch it up. We want to be present. We want to be in the moment. I feel like keeping the mascara pretty minimal is definitely the way to go. Now I'm gonna go in with my favorite highlighter, which is this one by Makeup by Mario. It is in the shade Golden, and it's just his soft glow highlighter. Love love this highlighter so much. It just gives you a really nice glow, and also it just lasts all day long, which is my favorite thing because I hate having to constantly touch up my makeup throughout the day. I just want to do it once and kind of be done with it and know that I can rely on the makeup products that I use to kind of just last all day long without me constantly having to worry about touching them up. So when I find a really good product like this, I hold on to it. I'm just putting this highlighter everywhere that I put the liquid one before. So a little bit of my chin, nose, cheekbones, brow bones, side of my forehead, all the places. And it's really just going to enhance the glow once again that we did with our base before. I also kind of like to go back in with my fingers and just pat everything in because I feel like it can look like you have dust particles on your face, for lack of a better word. So I just like to tap it in and make sure it's all locked in and good to go. Now I'm just going in with the Benefit Precisely my brow pencil, and this is another one of my staples in my makeup bag. Brows are very personal, so I'm not gonna tell you guys too much on what to do here. You need to do what works for you. I feel like brows are so important. They shape the face. Like, everybody just has their own way they like to do their eyebrows, you know what I mean? And once you find that way, I feel like you just kind of stick to it. But I just brush through them. That's the first step that I do. And then I kind of just go in and fill in any sparse areas, accentuate the length a little bit. I don't want to do anything too crazy because I really want to keep them natural, or at least as natural as possible, since it is a summertime look. So I kind of just filled them in, brushed them up a little bit, accentuated the length a little bit, and that's pretty much what I'm gonna do exactly to the other one. So I'm trying to fill it in the exact same way and try to make them as even as possible because my eyebrows are not really sisters. They're more like distant, awkward cousins that kind of get along, but not really. So I'm just gonna fill it in as closely as possible to the one that I just did. Now I'm gonna go in with some setting spray, and I'm just using this little baby airbrush flawless finish setting spray by Charlotte Tilbury. This one is really good at enhancing a glowy, shiny, radiant base. So this is the perfect setting spray to use in the summertime. Really gonna just lock in all of our makeup and make sure that it lasts all day long. And now that our makeup is all set, I'm gonna go back in with my powder puff one more time and just go underneath my eyes to make sure that there's no creasing, and then just the forehead because we don't want to have a super shiny, oily looking forehead. I feel like in the summertime you can really get fun and creative with your lips, but I'm gonna keep it simple for today and just gonna go in with Dior Lip Glow Oil. This one is in the shade Universal Clear, which if you see that doesn't look clear. It literally looks like pink, so I don't know, but that is the shade that it's saying that it is. And this is just gonna give us a nice hydrated, juicy looking lip. I feel like there's so many fun lip shades, lip colors, lipsticks, lip glosses, peptides that you can use in the summertime. So you can really just pick and choose what works for you, kind of go from there. I'm just gonna quickly touch up my hair and then I'm gonna show you guys the finished look. And here is the finished makeup look. I feel like it's giving sun-kissed, it's giving natural, but overall I feel like this makeup look is just about enhancing your natural beauty, enhancing the features that you already have. So I hope that you guys really do give it a try, and I hope that it makes you feel beautiful. Definitely give this video a like, comment down below. Don't know what the name of the flower is, but the Hawaiian flower emoji if you made it to the end of this video. Definitely subscribe to my channel for more content, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!
Yeah. 20 nights been sober. But I don't lose composure.